It's good to hear from you again.
Yeah, you as well. So you had a busy little week last week, huh?
I did. I had 3 music videos filmed in one day, which was, I think that was like a 14-hour endeavor.
Oh.
And then CRS started the very next day, so I was all over the place.
Wall to wall. Little brief history to start off with. We first met during CMA week back in November at the BBR BMG record label party. And
yes.
You just happened to be managed by Cherie Austin, who I've kiddingly over the years called my baby sister because we have the same name.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
That's a great last name. It's like very, very country, really.
Yes, exactly. So it's funny because I remember when Cherie first started out, she was here in our studio at K105, and now I've got kind of her protege. It's like history is repeating itself.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's full circle.
Exactly. Well, again, thanks for coming on, and just wanted to give people a kind of a look behind and just kind of see who you are and how you got into the business and everything. So if I was going to ask about Alison Nichols, what would you say? How would you introduce yourself?
Well, I would say I'm from Georgia by way of Texas.
Yeah.
And I'm half Korean, half redneck, and 100% American.
I love it.
And I've grown up on country music. My dad's from Houston, Texas, and my mom is from South Korea, but she moved when she was a little kid to Stone Mountain, Georgia. So they're all country music fans. And they actually met at the Exit Inn, which is another full circle thing.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been there once. It was kind of a weird experience. I was like, so, okay, this is where I became an idea, maybe.
I love it, an idea. Yeah, right. Well, you got to have country music roots. You got Georgia, you got some Texas in you. So, I mean, you were destined to be in this format, right?
Yeah, I feel like my childhood was like a country music or a Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton fever dream.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, definitely. I was surrounded by good music, though. I was such a huge fan of Miranda Lambert, too, when I was a little kid. That was like the first big rock star in my eyes. And so, actually, my mom took me to Rossville, Georgia to meet her at a concert. And she was just like, I was, I think, 6 years old. And I saw her, and I was like, okay, I want to be her when I grow up. That's what I want to do. So that was like the first moment I think I was like, I want to be a country artist and a songwriter and do whatever it is that she's doing.
That's so funny because I just saw that picture of little you and Miranda. And was it on Instagram? Did you post it or was it on Spotify? I saw it somewhere. Just today I saw that picture of you guys and I can't remember.
No way.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw it. Was you and was it your little sister with you or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm like,
sister.
Oh my gosh, that's little Alison.
I know, and little Miranda. She was, I think, like 19 or something.
Wow, so that was probably like pre-Nashville Star, but before she got on that show?
I don't know. I think she was already on it, and this was like kerosene time. So maybe she was a little older.
Okay, yeah.
I might have the timeline like totally off, but...
Wow, yeah, I did. I just saw that picture. So, okay, so let's move on. This Friday, you have got a big single coming out. I know you've been teasing it on social media. Now, this is your first official original single with BBR, right?
Yes, sir. It's called Box Line Problem.
Right.
And it's about me and my friends. We can't really... There's a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but there's some people out there that have got champagne problems.
Yeah.
But me and my friends, we can't really afford champagne at the moment, so we've got box wine problems. We're a little more bottom shelf, as they say.
There's nothing wrong with that. My wife, she'll drink Boda Box. I've seen it on occasion.
Me too.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll drink Boda Box. I'll drink Franzia. I don't need fancy wine.
It's wine, right? It's like just something to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, wine is wine.
Well, you were talking about your history in country music and how you kind of got into it, meeting Miranda and going through Georgia and Texas. But, one thing we got to touch on, when you tell people that you're related to somebody who was a big star in country music, most people thinking Alison Nichols, okay, you're probably related to Joe Nichols somewhere along the line. I'm sure you get that a lot, right?
I do get that sometimes. I've seen that in comments before, people asking if I'm Joe Nichols' daughter, but I've seen it so many times that I can't even reply and say no.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Like, there's too many comments. I'm like, I can't reply to everyone, so I'm actually related to Joe Diffie.
Yes. That's
Different
amazing.
Joe.
Yeah. And I mean, Joe is a legend, God rest his soul. I mean, taken way too soon from COVID and all that. But Joe, he was another artist that, again, I saw come into country music. I remember when he first came out with the song Home, and I was in Chicago at the time, and just seeing him start off, and I mean, he just took off. We played softball together against Lee Greenwood's band. And
no way.
Oh yeah. So we definitely have a history, but were you around Joe much when you were younger, or did you just hear stories about Joe, or what was the relationship like?
It was a lot of stories. He was already really famous by the time I went to our family reunions in Arkansas. So I heard stories about him bringing his guitar, and I've seen pictures of him at the reunion with his, like, long hair, and he's, like, 17, and just, like, playing with the cool cousins and playing country music. And I would hear about that, and I would bring my own guitar and play with my older relatives who are all these older guys, and I was just this little half Asian girl in the middle playing Taylor Swift while they were playing, Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson and George Jones and all that. So I learned a lot about country music from those reunions, though.
Oh, I bet.
In a tiny little town in Arkansas, and that's kind of where my family originated. So that's why Joe and everybody is from Oklahoma, and my dad's in Texas and Arkansas, and that's the connection there. But I feel like I've been moving to Nashville my whole life. Yeah. Because I've been just so inspired by him since I was a little kid. Him and Miranda, I was like, I want to do that.
Well, your cover of John Deere Green's awesome. I would love to hear you do Ships That Don't Come In. I can hear it now. I bet you would just kill that song.
Thank you. I love that song. I sing it in my shower a lot.
It is so
good.
So
maybe one day.
There you go. Ships That Don't Come In, Alison Nichols. It's coming soon. All right. So do you remember, you said you've been like training for this basically your whole life to go to Nashville. Do you remember the first song that you sang when you got to Nashville?
The first song that I sang when I got to Nashville? That's a good question.
Yeah, well, just one of the bars, and you're going, okay, this is the first song I'm singing here. This is going to be a lifelong memory for me. Or maybe it was just so, you got up there and you just kind of forgot about what it was, and it was just enough, just overwhelming just to perform there.
Yeah, I mean, when I came here, I was doing a lot of writers' rounds. I still am. I still do writers' rounds. I love just trying out my new songs and being with other songwriters. It's just really cool. But my most memorable, I can't totally remember the first song I ever played. But the most memorable was, I used to play this song, and I still do here and there, but it's called Is It Just Me?
Yes.
And that song really changed my life, actually. It's about being ghosted by this guy, and it's a real story because the guy lives in Nashville. I think he has a girlfriend now, but I was just like 22, 23 maybe, and I was at a writer's round, and he was there, and I was like, I need to play my favorite song that I always play, one of the first songs I played in Nashville, of course, and I was like, show must go on, even though I was really nervous because he was there, and I was like, I know he's going to know that the song is about him. So anyway, I played it in front of him. Somebody got my awkward reaction, I guess, while I was playing, and they gave it to me, and then I just randomly put it on TikTok. I had nothing going on. I had like 1,000 followers maybe, and the next day I woke up to like 5 million views. So that song really, I feel like, brought me to where I am now.
Wow, it's a great song, by the way. I was actually just listening to your stuff coming in again. That, and then the song Hoops, and then John Deere Green, and then getting all ready for the new single on Friday. But what was his reaction? Did you happen to see what his reaction was when you sang that?
He told my friend that he was like, that song is definitely about me, right? And my friend was like, yeah. I didn't really, so the whole time I was just avoiding looking at him the whole time. So I really don't know what his face was looking like. Probably, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Probably was smiling and trying to be nice, but at the same time, we were both probably like, oh, this is so awkward. I haven't talked to you in like a year.
Wow, that's good. It's a song that lives on. It's like Taylor Swift, you know, she sings a song, you're like, okay, who's that about? Who's that about? All right, Allison, who's your song about? Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of times, that's just how it is. Sometimes I can't get in the moment of writing if it's not something that I've experienced.
So having Blake and Jason Aldean on your label, I mean, you talk about two huge superstars. I mean, that has definitely got to be a plus for you. Do you ever go to them for, like, I don't want to say advice, it sounds so cliche, but just kind of to be a sponge around them and hear what they're talking about? Because, you know, with Blake doing the voice and he's coached so many, you know, upcoming stars, do you ever find yourself just kind of sitting around listening to those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to talk to them personally.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to. As soon as I get the opportunity, I will, because Jason Aldean was my very first concert. Him and Miranda, they were actually touring together.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that was when I was 6 years old, the concert that I met her at was my first concert experience. So that's a full circle thing as well. And my mom, like, I grew up with my mom playing Jason Aldean all the time. I loved him. I still listen to his stuff. I just went to his 31 number ones party celebration.
It's crazy, isn't it? 31 number one songs.
Yeah. And it made me go back through, because he just put out the album of all the songs, and I was like, these songs are just so good. I could learn a thing or two from him. And Blake Shelton, I would love to talk to him and have him be a mentor of some kind. That would be amazing, because he's done it. You're right. That's his strong suit, is helping younger artists.
For sure. If you could do a Jason Aldean song, being your first concert, if you could do your own version of a Jason Aldean song, is there one that really sticks out to you that would be like, yes, this is my favorite. I would love to put my own spin on this.
I love Flyover State. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And I was just singing just in my house. And I was just kind of going around, and I was like, you know, I love that song, Tattoos on This Town. So I posted something. I wasn't singing it, but I just posted a CRS recap with that song behind it, because I was like, oh, my God, that song too. There's so many that you almost forget about. They're like huge hits. They're amazing, because there's so many of them, and then you're like, damn, that's a good song.
Yeah. I mean, there's not one bad one, really. You just go through the list and you go, okay, I could listen to this for a while.
Yeah, and those songwriters on that song are also just incredible.
Now, if you were to go on tour, okay, with an artist, I'm sure you would be thankful to go no matter who asked you to go on their tour with them. Is there somebody that you would say, okay, now I've made it because I'm going on tour with this person? Who would that person be?
Definitely Morgan Wallen.
Wow, yeah. I mean, aim for the top, right? Aim for the sky.
Well, you're saying if I made it.
Yeah.
I mean, Ella Langley even. I'm not saying you have to be at the top of the top for me to feel like I made it. That or Miranda Lambert, too. Yeah. That would really be incredible. All right, I gave you like 4 different answers, but...
That's okay. You know what? You got to set those aspirations high, and you got to have many to choose from, right? I mean, that'd be a great full circle moment. And then just think about this. You're at the Miranda show, and then some little 6-year-old girl wants to come backstage and meet you.
That would be crazy.
That'd be wild. I
already feel that sometimes when I feel like little kids a lot of times think I'm way more famous than I am. And they become little fans, and I'm just like, that is so cool, because I was that same way with a lot of artists that inspired me. And maybe some of those little girls will see something and learn a guitar and writing songs. That would be amazing.
Yeah, and they'll be doing an interview 20 years down the road going, so why did you get into this? I'm like, well, it was because of Alison Nichols. That's why I did this.
That's crazy.
Well, I know Hannah Montana
awesome.
Hannah Montana was a big inspiration too, because I just saw one of your latest videos where you're singing the theme song. What did Hannah Montana, I mean, she is obviously a big inspiration. What did she mean to you growing up?
I guess just the idea of her being like this. She says she was a small town girl. I guess that means Nashville, which is, I guess, a small town in a sense. Becoming this star during the nighttime, and during the daytime, she's just a regular girl. And I just thought that concept was so cool. And it is kind of a real thing. Like, when you're an artist, when you're on stage, you're an artist. But when you're at home, you're just yourself.
Sure.
So I think that's I just thought that was so fascinating. And I guess it's like the Miranda Lambert thing, just seeing someone come out of their shell and be a superstar and sing from the heart. And I felt like Miley Cyrus really did such a good job of that. Like, that was the best Disney show, in my opinion.
Oh, it was.
The music was really good, too. Like, the songwriters and everything, like, really nailed it. Like, they were better than they needed to be.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There was a lot of good music from that. And then that whole era of the Disney Channel, and, you know, with Hannah and the Wizards of Waverly Place and The Sweet Life and all that. I mean, that was the best Disney Channel time, in my opinion. My kids grew up on that, and it's just...
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm like, is it just because I'm getting older and I'm like, that young kid stuff? But I agree with that. Like, I could probably watch those shows again. I would cringe a lot because what I thought was funny when I was a kid is really not as cool anymore. But
sure it is.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But, you know, I also, that show had Billy Ray Cyrus. It had Dolly Parton. Like, that's amazing. That's so cool.
Billy Ray Cyrus, another artist I met when he first came up into this business. So, okay. All right, so if Alison Nichols is your stage name, a.k.a. Hannah Montana, what would be your alter ego? I know you've probably thought about this a time or two when you're watching the show, or maybe now going, okay, my alter ego is this. No one knows who I am. I'm going to throw on a dark wig. I'm going out. What's your name going to be?
Dixie Lynn. That's one of my best friends and I. It's a joke. We really don't go out and say this, but we had this whole running joke where we had these really thick Southern accents, and she's Cheyenne, and I'm Dixie Lynn.
I love it. I love it.
And it's kind of based off of a lot of people that I know from Arkansas, a lot of my cousins, and you know, I'm surrounded by a lot of Southern people, so that's kind of what it's based off of. I mean, I'm a Southern girl, but I don't have that thick of an accent or anything.
Well, now that you've set this up, Alison, you've got to do the Dixie Lynn accent for me.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh God. Cheyenne, we have a problem. We have a huge problem over here because Earl just left the trailer park with my dog.
That was awesome. Bravo. On the spot doing Dixie Lynn. I love it. Well, Alison, you have been
That wasn't my greatest moment. I have to be a little tipsy, I think, for it to really come out.
Little box wine enhances the accent a little bit, does it?
Oh, for sure.
Well, we'll have to talk when you've had a couple of glasses of box wine. I can't wait to hear the accent then.
We got to have a box wine night for sure.
Well, hey, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you coming on. Good luck to you. Looking forward to the song coming out, and future stuff from you. It'll be a pleasure to watch and see what happens.
Well, thank you, and congrats to you. I heard you got nominated for.
Oh, I didn't win again, but I feel like the Leonardo DiCaprio of awards. I get nominated, but I rarely ever win.
But all of those people, I also saw Diane Warren was, someone said something like, it was some press something that she posted, but it was like, she is the longest running like loser of Oscars or something. She posted herself because she's so funny. But you made me think of that when you said that. And all of those people are just like incredible people. So you're in a good club.
So I appreciate that, and I hope someday, I cross my fingers, and I have good hopes that one day you will be up. Maybe I'll see you accepting for Female Vocalist of the Year one day.
That'd be amazing. I would love that.
Podcasts by Federated Media.